Start streaming! Let's see how this goes. Hello, anybody that's watching? We're 3 minutes early. The guys have gone to go get a smoothie or two. And hello, anybody that's watching online. All right. So let's see, I need to set up how to answer questions. I'm not sure how to do that. This is my first time streaming in about 4 months, so oh well, I'll just keep an eye on this over here. I'll make it smaller over here. No, it's not working. Okay, whatever. I have the chat room. All right. So let's open. Let's see what it looks like right now. All right, that's some loud music. But that's what the desert's looking like these days. It's procedurally generated. And right now I have a single player as the occultist. You can see there's some monsters wandering around. There's a bunch of different obstacles, rocks everywhere. But all that's actually in the scene is the map generator, which has the desert map info. And the desert map info has information on the different nodes. You have the main nodes, side nodes, the path that you follow, what direction it goes in, and then all of the, basically the way that we handle content generating in the maps is that we tag what we call chunks. So today what I'm actually going to be doing is working on some jungle chunks. There's a couple of basic chunks that I've made previously for the jungle. Sorry, forest. Haha, forest. But I'm going to be making some more because Sin made some extra centerpieces. So first I'm going to say hello everybody to the chat. Hello, let me know if you have any questions. Sin will be here to chat with you in text as well soon. But let's look here. What new things has he made? Did he call them jungle or has he changed over to forest? Ooh, we have a demon spirit tree. Yeah, definitely. Okay. That's what we'll be doing. So my personal workflow is I take an existing chunk and I just duplicate it, and then once it's done doing that, I can customize it to be special. So in this chunk, it looks like it is spawning some minions, some jungle minions, and other than that, it is empty now. So I'm gonna put in the new spirit tree that he made. Where is the spirit tree? Demon spirit tree even. All right, we have a demon spirit tree. Let's put that in. And it's off floating somewhere, but let's bring it back in. All right, it's in the center. You can't see the ground tile, the grass, because the map isn't generated right now. I'm kind of working in the middle of nothingness. But then once I add all of the necessary tags and information, you'll see it'll generate in the map. So this bird, so this is actually based on an ancient Mesopotamian myth that's part of Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh is going around and he finds a goddess, I think, Inanna, and she's complaining that her tree is infested by this demon, and he asks Gilgamesh to get rid of, or she asks Gilgamesh to get rid of the demon. Now, in the ancient myth, the demon I think was called a Lilith, and it was very sexy. But our demon is much cuter. It's kind of this slightly evil-looking bird, which Sin might be painting the portrait for later. But I don't know if I have the girl who's going to be complaining about her tree. Let's see. I mean, she's kind of cool, but she's actually from the desert village. She feeds some turkeys in the desert village. But maybe I can make a new villager. He can be out in the forest, a forest person. Let's see. So let's make a forest wild tree lady. I don't actually know what her name is yet. We haven't named her. I just have this idea of an adaptation of the Gilgamesh story. So we're still figuring out the details, but let's see, what do we have any jungle villagers? Oh, we have this guy. Oh yeah, this is the father guy. Okay, I can at least assign that correctly while I'm here. Jungle father. Oh no, that's not him. Oh, there's a few people in here. All right, cool. So let's get that to refresh. Yeah, see that's a dad with his little baby. He's gonna be so happy. Okay, so we don't really have a wild tree lady, I don't think, but I'll put somebody in that looks kind of reasonable for now. This person looks like they might be worried about a tree, don't you think? Yeah, that person would definitely be worried about this tree. Okay, so you can see there's two circles here. The first circle, I'll answer your question in just a second, conceded. This outward circle is the trigger zone, which means that when you cross that boundary, it will have a little pop-up that says, do you want to speak to this character? Whereas the little circle is the obstacle, the physical space that they occupy. You might wonder why I don't make that the full size of the character because at the moment it looks like you could just run over his head, right? Because this circle is the only place that you can't walk. But that's actually good because you want to be able to run behind him. And so for that to work, it has to look like you can move around him. And so the layering system checks to see, oh, well, if you're more up than he is, then that means you're behind him. And so that's why his collision is generally just around his feet. Now this thing doesn't have any collision, so that's going to look really weird. I'm going to add a collision to that real quick. But first, I had a question about the chunk system. There is one tile. Here, I'll really quick, I want to save this. So I'm going to go ahead and save that real quick so I don't lose anything. Oop, that needs to stay in there. Tree lady. So these chunks are hand built. There are some tiles. So I can show you really, check the map generator. So right now I have the desert map info. I'm going to put the jungle map info in there so I can play with that. As you can see, the jungle map info uses jungle themed chunks. And right now it's using event chunks, and the rest of it is kind of actually the same as the desert. It's almost identical, except for the fact that it looks for jungle themes. And what it looks like when I spawn, it'll take a little while to process here. And the music will start really loud. Sorry. Okay. Sorry about that. We're having a little bit of an issue where one of the chunks that I made, the little one, is for some reason we have 5 different little chunks and it's only using one of them. We don't know why. Mike will have to solve that later. But what you can see is that the ground tile is a tile. And the path here is dynamically generated based on the direction that we know you want to go. And it uses little path tiles, which I can show you really quick. Path. So we have these jungle trail paths. We have 3 of them, and it kind of just picks them and draws them across. In this particular map, I'm telling it that I want to go from east to west, so it draws it kind of generally east to west along the path that the player should follow. Whereas side paths, they get a little bit of a path, a trail there too. So these blocking terrain bits, though, the forest, those are actually also pre-built. I can show you. Blocking is a special name, and it's really just one image that was pre-made by the artists that just has all of this junk baked into it. We're gonna have to revise these because they look too much like jungle. I want them to look more like cedar forests by the end of the month. But you can see that that's the big one, and then it fills in, oops, not that one, that one's an ugly one. A medium one, and a small one, and then we have 5 little tiny ones, like that. But the only one it's populating right now is that one. I'm not sure why. that's something that Mike will have to fix like today or tomorrow. But yeah, that's basically how the procedural stuff works. Anybody else have any other questions? Otherwise, I'll just keep talking as I build some chunks. I'm going to go back to what I was working on. There we go. All right, so I'm going to add some collision. Oh, except that the sprite actually has the wrong pivot point. In order for things to know what layer they're on and when things can go behind them, we actually need to set their pivot point around the middle of the ground, because they use that in knowing where they are on the plane of the ground. So now you can see it's moved up, or it feels like it's moved up because the sprite thinks it's higher. Let's move it back down. We still need to animate this bird at some point. That's not going to happen today, but let's add a collision. Oop, not to the jungle minions. Let's add it to the tree. Yeah. So unfortunately, if we add the polygon collider like that, it will add a giant collider with 1,000,000 points, and that's not actually very optimized. And if I did that for all the objects, the game would probably eventually crash. So we're not going to do that. Instead, the easiest thing for me to do is to create an empty child and add a collision to that, because if I add a polygon there, it only has these 5 nodes, and I'll be adding more to match the base of the tree-ish whereabouts I don't want players to be able to run. There's one complication to making these shadows, actually. Sorry, I just gave away what I was thinking about. There's one complication to the obstacle collision, in that when the players are running around at night and they're casting a shadow, the obstacle collision will also be used to generate that shadow, unless we put in extra effort. So things like this, where there's it looks like it should be empty, but it's actually collision, that will be a problem at night. I'll have to be careful if this is possible to show up at night. Now currently we don't actually have any night forests things, and actually I'm going to keep that in there because I don't mind people running behind that. And I don't want you to be able to lose your character when you're running behind the tree, because right now it's so tall that a character could run back here and then you're not sure where you are. So I'm not going to let you completely get lost, even though it's a little bit unreasonable that I can't run here in theory. I think it'll be a better player experience if I block it off mostly. So let's go ahead and keep that. Oops, save. Somebody asked, any idea when you'll be able to release the beta of this game? Well, we were originally thinking spring, but with online multiplayer and all the quality that we want to have, it's probably going to be more like summer or fall, to be honest. It would be great to get a preview article, of course, but we want to make sure that the game is super good before. I mean, if you manage to come see us at PAX East, you'll be able to try out the demo, and if you want to write a really early preview article, then you can. But personally, I would wait till summer, because that'll be or fall, because that'll be much closer to what the game will eventually actually be like. We're still working on the mythology system, for example. We're still refining the combat, adding abilities and upgrades and items and things like that. Right now, it's fairly simple, but I think it's still interesting and fun. So I need to decorate this. This looks really empty. I mean, it'll look better when it has a green background, obviously, but I think it looks a little bit unnatural how weird it is. So I'm gonna look for some decorations. Looks like I've named these things a little bit inconsistently, but I'll put some bushes around. That one will go behind when it renders correctly. And maybe it'll look, well, I actually made an altar earlier. Maybe I should actually just reuse that. Let's see, where's my forest altar? Jungle altar. I have a jungle altar. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, I made this chunk earlier, so maybe this is actually a good time for me to adapt this, I think, because this looks pretty cool. And I didn't really have an idea what was going to happen with that other altar, so I'll just I'm going to steal that tree. Where's my jungle altar? Here. Yeah. It's a little bit too tight, so I'll have to move things around a little bit to make room for players running around. Where did the tree? There it is. Okay. So these guys. Oh no, I don't care about that. I just want these to move up. Yeah. Well, now it's moving outside the collision of the... So what this is telling me how big I need as a space in the procedural generation. It's set to 15 units by 15 units, and it makes sure that from the center to a radius of 8, that there won't be any collision with the walls that are generated around. Oh yeah, sorry for British and international people not being able to make it to PAX. But yeah, we'll look forward to summer and autumn, being able to see what you think and give us some feedback. So yeah, getting back to chunk making. Let's see, maybe I can move. No, why is it selecting everything? Oh, it's because I'm selecting the pivot of the whole chunk. So yeah, that's annoying. Okay, that's okay. Maybe I can just do this. Does it? That almost works. Okay. No, I also want all these things. Okay, let's go down to this. All the way down there. Close enough. Okay. Let's move you down there. Now the only problem with this is that I was hoping I would make it so that it was all the way in the northern part of the tile, and that was so that if they're running from east to west, they come across, and what I first want them to see is kind of these bushes and this trail. I don't want them to initially know what's interesting about this place. I want them to find it as they're exploring. So I want them to be intrigued and then walk up here and then think, oh wow, cool. So I'm a little bit sad now that the whole thing, it looks like if you run in from the east or from the west that you'll probably actually get to see what's there before. So I might actually make the chunk larger in order to accommodate a little bit of mystery. What is life without a little bit of mystery, I ask you? Not much. Okay, let's see. Yeah, it's a little bit claustrophobic with this giant tree, I tell ya. I don't want to make the chunk giant, because then it'll have to be such a big room that people might get lost. I don't know. That's okay. I'll try to make it a giant chunk, and we'll see how it looks in the level. Actually, try to make it 20. Oh wait, maybe I'll just make it taller. It doesn't need to be so wide. Yeah, that's cool. Okay. And there's just enough room that you can kind of run around and still feel like you're not going to lose your character completely. I need more ferns. Okay, that's nice. We lost our tree lady and our spirit though. So let's get the demon back over here. Now that pool looks a little bit strange. Yeah. Let's delete those. We don't need as many of those because the tree looks cooler than it used to, so it doesn't actually need as many water pools to make it look cooler. And then we have these baskets, which are like little offerings that people have left to the tree spirits. And this demon, now this thing, it only has a sprite renderer. I think we're gonna need more than that. But I'm not sure until we've actually written the whole event and know exactly how it works with confronting the bird spirit. I'm gonna leave him alone. But now we have a full jungle altar. That's pretty cool. Yeah, so now we can see how it looks in the... Now we've stripped the other one, so we'll have to rebuild the jungle chunk. Is that... No, it's event 2. Event 3? Yeah. Yeah, this is not a very interesting chunk anymore, huh? We can delete the altar because it'll reform itself. I don't need any of those. And let's see what it looks like in the level. See if it actually spawns in an intriguing way. Like, oh, watch out for the music. I have to turn down the... Okay, much better. So, not counting that bug where the flower and water is always... Oh no, they're beating me up. Jongwoo's been making the monsters a little bit too tough, maybe. Oh my god, there's so many beetles, you guys. Okay, let's just look at the map. We're also currently balancing with 4 players in mind. We'll see, this is an example of how this isn't going to work. See, this spawned on a north to south trail, so I might have to make it, I'm going to have to make it probably have 4 entrances. Unless, I know that Mike's been working on a system where I can designate the entrances, where I can say this can only spawn with a south entrance, or at the very least I could say that the north is not an acceptable entrance since I blocked it off. In fact, this might have made the level uncompletable. Yeah. Let's see, somebody says, this is an awesome stream. Thank you very much, Juxter. And Cabtastic says hello. Hi, Carolyn. And Illogica says hi too. Yay. And On RPG is here. Cool. Yeah, you guys reported on our Kickstarter backer update. That's really nice of you. If anybody hasn't seen On RPG's write-up of our Kickstarter backer update, they said something about how cool the combat looks. It was very flattering. So yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out what to do about that chunk. I'll have to ask Mike what the best thing to do for that is with blocking size. Thank you very much. The guys were out buying smoothies, I told ya, and they've got me one too. Oops, sorry, that's my partner. Okay, so let's work on the next event. So there was another tree. There was a second tree, because this is a forest after all. There should probably be more than one tree. We have the Holy Cedar. Now, I'm not actually sure what the event here is going to be. Maybe it just looks cool and it has, like, no monsters. It's like a peaceful area that you can relax when you get there. Maybe there's a healing area there. It looks a little bit smaller than the other one, but it's still quite pretty. Looks kind of like the spirit of spring. In fact, these guys look kind of not as festive anymore next to that. Maybe this one should have some offerings as well. Let's put some baskets. Ooh, if it's a resting area, maybe other people have left things, actually. We have some jungle houses. I can show you the village in a second. Ooh, we need some torches. Yeah. Well, we don't want to burn down the tree, but I think it'll be okay. You can even see how it looks at night if you want to. Let's see. So we have one torch. We have one torch on fire. I don't know how that is. See, so what we actually have here, just so you know, I'm not just dragging random things. So this is the particle effect, where we have a system here that generates these little sparky things that are flying off. The High Tribe's torch itself actually has a hand-drawn animation that GP made, which it has a pixel animation of a nice little flame. And then the point light, which actually casts light on things around it. And all of these things together kind of sell the idea of fire. I want to really quick finish at least the first draft of this chunk, and then I'll show you the village. Day or night? Vote. Would you rather see the day forest village or the night forest village? We'll check again in a few minutes. Let's see. Well, we definitely need some flowers. We need a bunch of flowers around this thing. Although maybe we should I should request some pink ones from Sin.
Flowers.
What do you think? Pink flowers?
Sure.
To go with the pink
Yeah.
thing? Oh, we were supposed to make I can do that right now, actually. We're going to make a little particle effect to make it look like pink petals are floating in the breeze from the tree here. So I can make one real quick. See, what particles do we have to work from as a base? We have some cactus debris. That's from when you're exploding cactuses in the desert. We have some fireflies. Ooh, we definitely need some fireflies at night for sure. In fact, yeah, we definitely need some fireflies. I can show you what that looks like. We have the particle system, and then we also have lights and things. So it looks kind of like that. It's kind of cool. Yeah, need a bunch of those. Sin, would you kill me if I put this in the night primarily? The spirit tree, the Sakura style.
It's fine. Probably better. Probably look better tonight.
It looks almost like it has snow. It's so pale.
Yeah, I know.
Let's put those in a chunk. It's okay. Okay, so now our chunk has some fireflies. Oops, it's missing some flowers, it looks like. Where's the flowers? There they are. If you can't tell what I'm doing, this is basically like a folder, and so the object gets all of these things as part of the chunk. Sorry if it's confusing to watch. I'm not explaining everything, but don't feel bad. That's just my fault. Right, I was gonna work on the petal particle, and I got distracted by the fireflies. So what do I actually want? I want things to spawn, and I want them to drift to one direction. So actually those sparks are kind of close. So where are those sparks? Fire spark burst. Is that good? Yeah, that's pretty good. I'm just gonna make them not emit upwards quite so much, and I'm gonna make them, rather than be in several bursts, I'm gonna make them kind of a constant stream over a large area rather than in a point. So let's see, I wanna make this bigger, and that actually should probably be, yeah, it can be a box, yeah, it's fine. Oops, I don't care about Z. Z is actually going back into the scene, so I actually shouldn't mess with that at all. It should be like 0. Oops, no. Come back, okay. 2, this will be about, yeah, that's about the core of the tree, so that's about right. I can do that. It can be falling a little bit. Wants to be more pink, and then end up more white. Velocity. I think this is what's making it fall so much. Yeah. Instead, I want it to go kind of sideways. Now, yeah, that's getting closer for sure. Is that the right? Yeah. Although I think it's going the wrong direction. I really wanted it to go left. So let's. Can I? Whoa. Okay, I didn't mean to do Y that much. It's showing me that X is green and Y is red. I'm trying to edit only the X, really, just to make sure. There we go. That's nice. Okay. It's a little bit short though. I think that I expect it to go a little bit more slowly and a little bit longer. So let's make it more like 3. It's still bursting. I don't care about that. Let's put it up there. Maybe it should be a little bit more bursty.
The XYZ thing, that's new in 5, isn't it?
Maybe the fact that it auto-generated or switched as I was selecting it, but it's definitely always had those 3 things. Yeah. Yeah. This is Mike, everybody. I don't know. I was actually asking them. I could get your opinion now. So I have this altar. Let me find it. I have this altar, and it looks cool and all. Do you think that we'll do the blocking, like telling it the north, like never generate it with an entry from the north?
I definitely like to.
Yeah, you think that'll happen in the future? Okay.
The next pass on the improvements to the map stuff, I'd like to get that working.
Okay. For now, I might make like a secret little trail that goes in there, but it'll still feel weird. Well, but I like that it can't, like, I want you to be able to come in here and then like be interested and then like discover it. It's just sad if you come in here and then you're kind of like stuck. But I could add a second back exit there, maybe.
A bunch of people saying hi to me.
No.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. Did anybody
Bye,
actually vote? Oh, a bunch of people voted for night. All right. So we'll do night in a second. Thank you for voting, everybody. Let's see. How am I? No, see, I don't want. Maybe burst was better. It looked kind of nice when it was a little tough because it looked kind of like a breeze was coming by and causing the petals to fall. So let's actually put the burst back in. Let's 6. See how that looks. It's too so short. Oh, that's why their lifetime is too short. And now they seem too heavy. They need to go more. And why are they so yellow? I don't understand why they're so yellow. Doesn't make any sense. I've made them pink. Oh, color. That's why. There we go. Yeah, that's the one. Oh, but they need to fade, so they have to have color because alpha or transparency is considered a color. So let's make it pink. Yeah, there we go. Okay. They're still falling too quickly. So I'm almost done. I promise I won't make you watch me make rose petals or tree petals all day. But I need them to fall less, or I'll be annoyed by this all evening. Is that better? Yeah, that's better. But now they still don't live long enough. Not 3. Well, they just need to go more sideways, I think. They're still hidden in the tree. Maybe if this was more over here. And X needs to be even stronger. Maybe higher up. There we go. Beautiful. So now I need to make sure to save that as a prefab so I can bring it in later. Let's see. Let's call this tree petal volume. Oh, particle. And let's put it in the correct folder. All right. And we'll save it as part of this chunk, which still needs some work, but I'll have to request a few more assets for this, I think. Oh, some fireflies got left behind. Where are those fireflies? Oh, no, it's just that they're still simulating in the particle effect. Okay, it's fine. Apply. And let's make that a little bit smaller. Well, it's a little peaceful place right now with nothing happening, but maybe some players will appreciate that. We'll see. Okay, so let's check out how the forest village night is going these days. For conceded, let's see. Yep. We could also have a long top path, and then people coming from the side will have to figure out how to get in there. Could definitely do that. Jungle Village Night. And I don't need to save any changes to the map gen because I wasn't actually messing with the algorithm. So this is what it looks like in the editor. In fact, I'm going to tease you a little bit and show you what it looks like in the day, because that's actually been worked on a lot more. The night is still kind of in progress. This is kind of the mostly unpopulated day village. Right now we just have the vendor kind of sitting there selling her goods. And you see these torches. But it's not very popular because the guys are still working on getting some more villagers. We'll come back here and we'll add some more villagers later. I do want to show off the sky, which is kind of cool. When you run around, you can see the giant kind of world tree in the background. It started out as a doodle by Sin, and we really liked it. So the night, as you can see, is quite a bit darker. We still are working on the sky, which isn't really there yet, but we can put in something briefly. Where's the night? Desert sky night. We'll just put that in for now. Whoa. What happened to the... Oh, okay, I see. Let's put that in. It looks like the desert's out there, but that's okay. And that green box is the collision that says you can't run over here. Let's see where we spawn. Well, that's a temporary dialogue. It's triggered from some other scene to disable that. Dang it, this is so loud. Sorry. Alright, so we have this night forest. We can see they've lit up their torches, and there's a few little house lanterns that are as the vendor's gone for the evening. The idea is you'll be able to run over here and see what's going on with the constellations that you've unlocked. And right now they're all baked in. We've just drawn this texture that's not actually generating from myths or anything yet, but we have a lot of work to do. And it's a really oh, I forgot I put a cat there. But then you just and there's a turkey too. That's he's not supposed to be there. But yeah, this little night village probably has some sort of problem if you visit in the night, I imagine. I mean, they could be doing some sort of prayer or other tribe meeting about the missing moon, but usually I'd imagine people still do most of their plant work during the day, even with the evil sun. Let's see. Somebody says, "Hey everyone, is there more of this in the channel, or is this the first time she's done this?" This is the first time I've done this, primarily. I did have a little bit of a window in the Kickstarter closing stream. For the rest of the month, we'll probably be trying out different things. I'll be doing some level designs, and we'll be doing some art. We're actually having a play test with some local students next Friday, so we might show you how they're feeling when they first try the demo. It'll be really rough, but should be interesting. And I actually put up a survey yesterday asking what you guys wanted to see, which is why I'm doing level design. Originally the plan was just to show art, but there was some interest in world building, so that's why we're showing it today. But every Friday this month we'll be doing a development stream where we show what we're working on. We might even show you what the programmers are up to back there. I don't know if you can see. Oh, it looks like Mike's watching this stream. Jungwoo's working on the druid powers and things like that. So I need to work on making this less of a jungle and more of a cedar forest, because Gilgamesh was all about the cedars. And so let's see if that looks better. So we have a jungle tree too. Oh, right, I need to edit all of their pivot points because otherwise they'll start floating. Oh, I forgot to read the rest of the stream. Let's see. I agree it should only be accessed from the south. It ruins the vista of the demon tree if you see it from the top or the sides first. It's a good point. There is a lot of art stuff in the channel archives, so if you go back and look through, you can see Sin painting some portraits and working on some pixel art. Mostly portraits. Yeah, Secret of Mana. Everybody on the team loves Secret of Mana. Although I haven't actually revisited it in a while. I wonder if I'm going more in memory or what Secret of Mana is actually like. Has anybody in the stream chat played Secret of Mana lately? It's been re-released, I think, recently, hasn't it? I don't know. Wasn't 2 or something came on PlayStation Network Store or something recently?
There is no secret product.
There isn't?
There's a mobile port.
Oh, okay. Oh no, I didn't edit its pivot, did I? No.
It smooths all the sprites out there and looks kind of awful.
Yeah, sprites. Pixel sprites should be. Oh, there's a holy cedar glow. All right, we got to go back and work on that then. Where's the chunk? Hey, Sin. How's it going?
Hello.
I was working on the holy cedar chunk.
Yeah, the glow can set it on the additive material.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, let me
Set it
find
on like
that.
effect screen.
Let's see. Hold on. Let's see. What? That didn't work. Did it? No. Oop. So, how do I make it additive exactly?
Click
Do I have
on
to
that.
change a material?
Additive. Additive.
What additive?
Additive. Type it. Keep typing.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, click on that.
This one?
Yeah,
Okay.
and then set the story layer to effects.
So it has to be like up here somewhere.
Effects.
Okay. Effects. Cool. I probably should do that to my. No, I want my petals to be behind it, maybe.
A bit higher. It's not quite aligned.
Oh, it's supposed to be perfectly aligned,
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Something like that.
But we could probably make an animation or particle or something that makes it like more dynamic if you wanted.
Could.
I mean, right now
I was gonna.
we might as well just bake it into the sprite if it's going to be static, right?
You can't.
Does it add anything?
If you bake into the sprite, it won't be additive.
No, but I mean these colors, these values right here. You could just bake that in, no?
Values.
Okay.
The glowing effect.
I just mean that like right now, like this area is brighter and this area is darker. Like we could just paint that in if we wanted, right?
No.
No?
I mean, it wouldn't glow. The edge, the glow going outside of the edge is important.
Oh, that's true.
Without that, it wouldn't look like it's glowing.
Okay. And this is why you have artists and designers. But it's missing its shadow. Why did it do that? Interesting. Let's put the shadow in there. I like the glow should also be a child under there. Where'd that shadow go? Yeah, we actually have a few shadow.
What the?
Did it crash?
Mysteriously crashed.
Oh, sorry. We have a few different shadow solutions actually, because in the desert, we have these gradient shadows coming out from the objects, which I can show you. But in the forest, because the ground is uneven, we don't actually want just smooth shadows. Sin pointed out it looked weird, like there was no grass if it had just perfect shadows coming off of everything. So he has now the tedious task of making a special shadow for every object. And then I have the tedious task of making sure that I remember to drag them all in and that I remember to put them on the right layers. Because otherwise it'll all look broken and weird. In fact, I bet did the spirit tree have a shadow too? Probably. I probably messed that up too. Let's see. Demon spirit tree. Oh, the demon spirit tree. Oh my goodness. I missed a bunch of stuff. All right. Gotta fix that. Where's my jungle? I always miss it. There it is. Okay. And it looks a bit darker because we're at night. Although this one is set to not to be unlit by light. Should probably work in a less shadowy area. But I'm too impatient, so I'm just gonna keep working. Somebody says, picked it up on the Wii store for Secret of Mana. Yeah, cool. Pixel artist, so I like seeing how the assets come together. And the BG pixeling is not my forte. Cool. Nice. Alright, so let's get a shadow into this tree. Oops. Holy Cedar? No, this is the demon spirit tree. Nice. Yeah. Huh?
It says smoothies here.
So this should layer correctly in that because it knows this is its middle, it'll layer. Actually, I don't know if that will layer correctly if its pivot is there. Probably not. I think I'm gonna have to make its pivot here. Then it will. Oh no, then it'll think the whole thing is in front. Sin. Oh, sorry. I'll wait till you're done. No, this isn't going to work as one object, I don't think, because this part has to be in front and this part has to be in back.
Nope. You can just put it as a ground.
Oh yeah, ground deco or ground. Yeah. Cool. Because yeah, I guess it is always below.
Spawn a separate.
Cool. Sin knows what's going on. All right. This is getting to be quite. Oh no, this is the deco. Oh right, because I'm not working in the map gen map. So we have the water, we have the tree, the flower. It's flower.
Yeah.
Ooh, pretty. Can put those around. Looks kind of like water, and maybe it's more obvious. Oh yeah. Cool. These will need to be on the ground deco. This says whether it's underfoot or more of an object like a person. Let's make another one of those. Yeah, that's cool. But now we don't need these pools because Sin made a special one. Now the offerings need to be readjusted. It's pretty neat. I'm holding down control while I select a bunch of things. Close. Much better, okay. Cool. Don't worry, it's not, I'm not gonna put it at night. What do you think? Am I mispositioning things?
That's
Input,
cool. That one.
feedback.
That what's that?
Oh, that's a mistake. Let's see. I can find plant 3. Is that it? No. Plant. There we go. So that one can be down there.
The bird is floating.
It is? Oh yeah.
It needs to be layered in front of the tree. Sorry. That won't work
Why not?
because you set it a static number. It needs to. You need a layer base.
Oh, Z based on,
that,
or X based
and
on Y?
then have set a target and then set an offset.
Okay. So what he was saying was to tell something that is in front of something else. I have to tell the bird to always be 1 in front of the tree. So where is the tree? There it is. Be 1 in front of the tree. Apply only on startup. If I don't check that, then it'll check every single frame, whether or not it should be behind or in front of the tree in the rendering order. So, is everything in there? No, we still have some flowers. Some rogue flowers. And let's see, is that, did I miss, oh, yep, the water got forgotten. Really? Why did the water? I thought it was part of the tree.
Hmm?
No. It's my mistake. I'm just talking to myself. Yeah, that's part of the thing. What is it? Oh, it's because I made it part of the other chunk. That's why. There we go. Now I have a full chunk. Now saving. Hello, Lexel Graves. Nice to see ya. Wow, we have 56 watchers. That's great. Hi, everybody. I have exactly 5 minutes left, and then we're going to turn off the stream, and I'm going to hand it over to Sin, who's going to be working on some pixel art. So if you have any last-minute questions for me, now is the time to ask. And actually, since there's a 60-second delay on the stream, you actually have 4 minutes. And if there's no questions, I'll really quick make a Ziggurat chunk, which our Twitter followers might have seen. So let's open the right scene. I'm tired of seeing it in shadow all the time. And I don't have any changes to the Desert Village Night, so I don't mind. Let's put a jungle. And let's see what the Ziggurat has to say. Look at that thing, that looks great. Okay. So we need jungle chunk.
Did you show the correct jungle scene running?
With the little pools everywhere.
Oh, right, yeah, that bug.
Yep. I told them, they know, they understand. Okay, so I have an event. Oh, I just noticed that the thing I cloned, I actually still have an enemy spawner in this supposedly peaceful rest spot, so let's stop that. I just had to get rid of that minion spawner while I saw it. Alright, Ziggurat. Let's see if we can make you in 4 minutes. Probably not, but we'll get far enough. Let's put in a bunch of pieces. They're floating off somewhere. So Sin, what's the order of these pieces you've given me?
Front goes for front.
I don't believe you. I think stairs goes in the front.
Yeah, and then stairs in front goes in front of front.
Okay.
Okay. And
But I need to change all their pivots, I guess. Oops.
Do you?
Well, I always have to make sure that the pivot is like along
yeah.
the ground.
It needs to be lower, does it?
Always. Or it shouldn't
Does it-
be at the bottom. It should be, oops. That one I guess has to be kind of there.
No.
Yeah. Because what
I
you're
don't
supposed
know.
to do is think about the imprint it'll make on the ground and then put it in the middle of that.
Or in the bottom?
No. Well, for that one, I don't know. It's possible because that one's more fat than a lot of the other ones. For this one, it should be like here. That'll make sure it layers correctly. Whoa. Down. Down. Yeah, one of the problems with our perspective is that, well, it's not a problem, but it's a challenge that it is generally more interesting to come from the south. I mean, when you're looking down on something, coming from the top isn't very interesting. Was there anything else, other
For the shadow.
assets that you wanted along with it?
For the shadow.
Okay.
Otherwise, I nothing planned right now. Not
Okay.
much stuff.
I was gonna add just a like the wooden trail around it.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's that special shadow I mentioned. And let's put in some paths. We have some wooden paths. Although this is a sun cult temple, so obviously if there is a path, the druids or wolf clan wouldn't have put them there. So maybe I should actually put a more of a muddy path that some evil sun cultists have been creating in their eagerness to worship. Let's see. Let's make it, I want to make it look like it's naturally just that the grass has been beaten down as people have been coming and going to their temple. Let's see. I don't think much will grow near it. The sun cult is all about setting stuff on fire and stuff. Maybe we have some evil looking things I can put in there. Let's see. I don't have many made yet. Ooh, some torches, yeah. They definitely need like a zillion torches. You want to slightly not line it up because otherwise it won't be clear what exactly people are looking at. Oh yeah, I didn't show you what the torches look like too much when they're at night. Oops. That went a little bit backwards, didn't it? Well, maybe it's okay. We can see what happens. Watch out, the music's gonna be a little bit loud. Oh, it's not so loud. Let's see, do we have any spawnings of the... Oh, we didn't get a sun temple that time. Let's try it again. Takes a little while. Alright, let's see. Still no sun cult temples. Maybe I need to make it more common. Well, it's already very common. But that altar sure is popular with the algorithm right now. We'll try one more time, and then we'll, if not, we'll have to wait till next time. Let's see. Nope, no Ziggurat this time. But to make good on my promise from before, I'll show you really quick the torches in action with all their pieces. Right. Go away, Seeker. Nobody wants to talk to you right now. Okay. So see how there's the animation of the fire, but also the light around it that's flickering a little bit, and then also a particle that's coming off of it like that. All of those pieces are necessary for the fire to feel good. We'll probably have to make a few variations on it, just to show different sizes of torches and maybe evil torches and things like that. There you go. Cool. All right, well, that is the design portion of the stream. I'm going to disconnect now, and in probably 2 to 3 minutes, Sin will be back with some pixel art with more centerpieces for more chunks. So thanks for watching, and come back in 2 minutes. Bye-bye.